Hi, in this video for Developmental English, we are going to focus on integrated reading and writing. This is a popular model for developmental English that's been popping up, and I just wanted to take some time to address it. Whether you're in states that are doing this across the whole state as a mandate, like a Texas, Virginia, or North Carolina, or if you're in a state like Florida or Mississippi who are just using this as an option, or you may just be in a state or be working with a customer who are just looking at trying to find a way to improve or reevaluate their developmental English courses, and integrated reading and writing is a popular choice. Let's take a look. What is this? IRW is a short name for it, Integrated Reading and Writing. It is a course that combines a traditional reading course with a traditional writing course into one single course or a series of courses. And we'll take a look at a visual of how that's done. So why would a customer choose this model? It allows the students to get in and out of developmental courses faster. So before, where a student may have to take 1, 2, or 3 levels of reading and then separately 1, 2, or 3 levels of writing, they can combine integrated reading and writing into 1 or 2 courses and get those students in and out a lot faster. Secondly, this model is very popular with some federal grants and programs such as Complete College America, if you have an Achieving the Dream School or PBI, predominantly Black institution grants. These grants actually suggest IRW as a way to redesign developmental courses when it comes to English. So they may be looking at this. What are some of the challenges of this model that we've seen? You'll get the traditional reading instructors who'll say, I don't teach writing and I don't know how to teach writing. And you'll also get some writing instructors who've never taught reading and say that they don't know how to do that. That's an opportunity for us to go in with some professional development. We can reach out to our digital educators and some of our faculty partners to help them with this challenge. Also, student assessment and placement. You'll see sometimes, well, what if a student places high in a developmental writing course, but low in a developmental reading? Where do we place that student and how do we get that student in the right course so that we're matching the skills that they need? That's some other things that we can help them work through. Let's look at a visual. If your customer is telling you that they're moving to the IRW model, your first question you want to say, tell me what that looks like so that you can get an understanding of where they came from. It may look something like this. You'll see a traditional paragraph essay writing course with a developmental reading course at the intermediate or advanced level, and they'll combine those in something called IRW. In Texas, they call it INRW. In North Carolina, it's DRE. And in the great state of Mississippi, they've combined reading and writing and called it Ringlish. So whatever they're calling it, we want to take a look at the courses that they've taken to combine into this IRW course. What levels are those courses? What are the course outcomes? That's going to be key in suggesting a solution. What is our solution? Solution is our number one solution for integrated reading and writing. It is fast becoming the number one solution in the country as well. We have it at a book 1 or a book 2. The book 1 is the lower level at about a sentence to paragraph level, and book 2 is at about a paragraph to essay level. The product team did a great job in this second edition. You want to make sure that if your customers are looking at IRW, you sample them the second edition of Fusion. This is an amazing book. It's been getting great reviews. Customers have been using it and they love it. And there's tons of resources to help you with this. Also, I do want to point out that we have a couple of standalone solutions for IRW, which are non-ebook solutions. In Aplia, we have an Aplia for IRW. There are 2 levels, a lower level and a higher level. The cool thing about this is that it includes all the Aplia features. There's also a diagnostic and ISP course for both levels. So instructors can get that diagnostic and ISP by skill, as we saw in the last video. Also, it's a low-cost option that they can use with any textbook, even a competitor's book. So if they are in love with Pearson's in concert or in harmony, but they hate my reading lab or my writing lab, then they can use Aplia standalone, and we'll even match it up to the books that they're using. This has also been shown to be a great option for NCBOs, those non-course based options where they're just pulling students out and they're going to practice in a lab. It's also great for boot camps, summer enrichment programs, anything that's a non-traditional course. Also, we have a MindTap for IRW. It's one complete level of IRW. There's no ebook, it's just skills focused. And again, it can be packaged with any textbook, even the competitors. So let them keep the competitors' used books on the shelves, and you're getting constant rebuy every semester of just the MindTap PAC. Also, with MindTap, they get access to all the Questia readings to pull into the learning path. A lot of times you'll see instructors are not using a book at all for IRW, and they're just sort of pulling their own resources together. Well, with those tens and thousands of readings that we have in Questia, we can make that a lot easier and save them a lot of time. So that is something that I actually want to show you. So let me jump over to the MindTap course and show you what these Questia readings are, how they work, and how you would show them to customers. So here we go. We are in a IRW course, and you present this just like any other MindTap. We have to watch and prepare the video activities that taps into prior knowledge. We have the textbook activities that the students go through and practice for this chapter. Here we have the Aplia activities, and we know all about the rich content and how we're better than anyone else with our content in Aplia. But what's great and what's the wow factor in this MindTap course is the read and write activity. It's always the last activity of the chapter. And for myself, when I demo it, I actually go in and edit this and change this to transfer activity just so that I can remind myself to say that, and so that the customer can see right up front that this is an activity that the students are now going to transfer, practicing the skill that they've used. And this chapter is the skill of main ideas into the course. So here we have pulled out a reading from Questia. Our product team has pulled that out, and the students click and read that separate work outside of the textbook. And then we have a read and write activity where the students can start. Now remember, this chapter has been all about ideas. So now we are going to ask them specifically in the text that you just read from Questia, please state the implied main idea. So they're practicing transferring that. The next question you're going to see is about major details, also focusing on what they've learned in the actual chapter. All about that. And then the very last one that you're going to see, it's usually number 5 or number 6, is a writing activity. So now we're going to have the students practice writing, focusing on the skill in the chapter of main idea. And in this case, it talks about the hit show, Orange is the New Black, and the elderly inmate that shows signs of dementia, and should this inmate be granted a compassion release. And so the students have to go in and write a response to this, focusing on what's the main idea of what you're trying to say. So now they're practicing actually writing that particular skill. So this is the one feature that you absolutely need to show if you are showing either the Fusion MindTap or the standalone IRW MindTap. So now we know everything that we need to know about IRW. We know that Fusion is our number one solution. We know that we also have a couple standalone options, and we know that we have a unique feature that nobody else has, which is giving students the opportunity to practice transferring those skills into other areas. Much the same way as when they get out of developmental, they're going to have to transfer those skills to their history course or their psychology course or their composition course. So they're getting that practice right up front with us. And that's amazing. Thank you.